All right, today we're talking about a really fundamental shift in artificial intelligence. We're moving way beyond the idea of just one single genius AI to something that's honestly far more powerful, a coordinated team. We're diving into the world of AI agent swarms.
Okay, just for a second, I want you to imagine something. What if, instead of just giving a prompt to one AI, you could just unleash a whole team of them? A team where every single member has a very specific job.
And they're all working together at the same time in parallel to build, test, and actually launch a full software application, basically from scratch. And look, this isn't some far-off science fiction anymore. This is the practical, powerful potential of AI swarms, and it is happening right now.
So what is the big idea here? Where does this concept of these coordinated teams even come from? Well, believe it or not, the core concept isn't new at all. It's actually a principle we've been watching in nature for, well, forever.
Okay, so this is the core idea. It's called swarm intelligence. I want you to think about a flock of birds, or maybe a colony of ants. There's no single leader, no queen ant shouting orders to everyone. Instead, you get this incredibly complex and intelligent group behavior that just emerges from each individual following some very, very simple rules. And that is the magic, right? It's this beautiful, decentralized intelligence where there's no central boss.
And you know, this idea has been around for a while. It was actually demonstrated in this beautiful way back in the 1980s with a computer simulation called Boids. And what it showed was that you could create this incredibly realistic, complex flocking behavior from just 3 surprisingly simple rules.
And this is the part that is just so brilliant. Each one of these Boids was only following 3 super simple commands, and they were all based on its immediate neighbors. Basically, don't crash into your buddies, try to match their speed and direction, and, stay close to the group. No single agent knew the master plan, and yet, and this is the amazing part, from just those simple local rules, you get this beautiful, coordinated dance of a flock. It proved that complex, global order can come from simple, decentralized rules.
Okay, so let's jump forward from the 80s to right now. Modern AI systems have taken this core idea and really evolved it into 2 main flavors, you could say. And it really boils down to one simple question. Are these agents team players, or are they more like free agents? So this gets right to a fundamental difference in how they're motivated. On the one side, you've got cooperative swarms, where every single agent is working towards a single shared goal. It's pure teamwork. And then on the other side, you have these competitive economies. Here, the agents act a lot more like entrepreneurs. They're driven by self-interest, by incentives, and by competition inside a digital marketplace. And believe me, these agent economies get really fascinating. I mean, you start to see specialization just like you would in a human economy. You get agents that become expert traders, others that are incredible data analysts. They're all motivated by rewards, and they can even hire other specialized agents to complete tasks they can't do themselves. It's basically a full-blown digital marketplace.
So you might be asking, right, if these ideas have been kicking around since the 80s, what changed? What was the big game changer that turned this from a cool simulation into a practical tool? Well, the answer is the arrival of powerful large language models.
And this is the key shift right here. Those early swarms, like the Boids, they were purely reactive. You can think of them like insects, just following these simple, hard-coded rules. But today, thanks to LLMs, we're not building insects anymore. We're building swarms that can think, plan, and strategize like a coordinated team of actual experts.
There's this quote that I think just perfectly captures the moment we're in right now. The whole narrative is shifting away from the smart individual and towards the intelligent collective. It's not just about making one AI smarter anymore. It's about building teams of them that can collaborate. This is a huge, huge paradigm shift.
So here's what really unlocked all this potential. LLMs gave these agents what psychologists call System 2 thinking. It's that deeper, slower, more deliberate thought process. Instead of just reacting, they can now reason, they can plan, and they can even reflect on their mistakes and learn. And that's what allows a planner agent to look at a really complex problem and say, okay, I need to create a whole team of specialized worker agents to get this done.
Okay, so let's pull this out of the clouds of theory and bring it down to the real world. How are these swarms actually being used today as a totally new kind of digital workforce?
And the applications are just exploding everywhere. So in software development, you've got cooperative swarms building entire applications, acting as a team of planners, coders, and testers. Then you've got physical swarms in logistics, where autonomous robots are coordinating to run entire warehouses. Over in customer service, agents are handling support tickets, categorizing them, drafting responses. And in finance, you really see those competitive economies in action.
with all these different AI agents autonomously trading against each other in the crypto markets.
And a lot of the time, the architecture looks something like this. You'll have one orchestrator or manager agent. Its whole job is to be the manager, right? It understands the main goal and it delegates all the smaller tasks to the right specialist. It knows exactly which sub-agent to call to do some research, which one to call to write a piece of code, and which one to call to send an email. And that kind of specialization, well, it leads to much, much higher quality results.
All right, so if there's one big thing you take away from all of this, it should be this. The game has changed. It's not just about building one single, all-powerful AI anymore. The future is all about creating these intelligent, coordinated collectives, these swarms, that can work together to tackle the kind of complex, multi-step problems that a single AI would just really struggle with.
And that kind of leaves us with one final thought to chew on. As this technology gets easier and easier to use, the question isn't just about big business, it's about you. So let me ask you, would you trust a swarm of AI agents to run your day? Your email, your calendar, your to-do list, the whole shebang? It's a question I think we're all going to be facing a lot sooner than we think.